So today's question that I have for you is what inner guidance system do you use to tap into your inner knowing? In the business world, 10x has become the term for the beacon of success. It urges leaders to set goals and transcend conventional limits by the factor of 10 and align actions and beliefs with their aspirations and really achieve new heights. And over the decades of coaching and mentoring heart-based CEOs, presidents, leaders, individuals, I've seen that the real 10x journey isn't just about business or productivity. It's really about 10x leading and 10x living, and that's the harmony on how you lead and how you live fully while you're leading, and that's one of the books I wrote. Heart-based leaders rely on their inner voice for wisdom, that inner guidance system. They intuitively navigate uncertainty and challenge by listening to their gut, then they connect to their heart, and then they use their mind and their intellect to take action. When external conditions shift and the world throws you a curve, especially in this new leadership journey where it's something you can't control and they just can't power through it with willpower, when you do the 10x leading from the heart, you pause, you observe what your intuitive gut is sensing, you listen to the heart's direction, and you let the mind design the extraordinary mindsets and new behaviors that you might need. But you have to tap into that inner guidance, which I call the innate intuitive intelligence. It's like the GPS, right? The compass. And every one of us has it, yes. Yet most of us never were formally trained how to use it, which is one of the things that I do and I love to do. I've watched leaders discover this 10x energy by revisiting the moments that were defining in their lives. And when they share the stories about these defining moments, the same energies come up again and again. Courage, release, surrender, tenacity, creativity, spontaneity, discipline, accountability, belief, curiosity, community, commitment. And rarely do these defining moments come with a roadmap. In fact, I've even had a group of CEOs sit in my home where we just talked about this for an entire morning. They require the leaders to go through the fear to tap into something much deeper without any guarantee of success in these defining moments. And they had to act as if they knew they couldn't fail. That's a 10x energy. It's not rooted in victimization or scarcity or ego. And it's really a way of intuiting through the challenges with courage and conviction. And we all have this intuitive capacity. See, some people, like call it God, Holy Spirit, universe, prana, that gut feeling. I call it the innate intuitive intelligence. And it's all around us. And you cannot argue with me that it doesn't exist. It shows up when you learn how to settle your soul, when you sit still, when you breathe, when you listen. And when you allow it to download and then act on it with brave will, it becomes it really will become a part of every defining moment in your life, past, present, and future. It's a great way to live life. The 10x leading and the 10x living asks you that you bring this wisdom into everything you do, to build your culture, to face the problems at work and at home, to show up differently when you are facing something that is really challenging. And it becomes this keen awareness that when you become the keen observer of the energy, your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs, they all shift. You're not listening to that itty-bitty-shitty committee that I talk about, and you don't step into the muck of life and stay there and spin the stories in your head. Instead, you don't let that energy sabotage. You pause and you start to say, what's my gut sensing? What's my heart saying? Is it right or wrong? You start to ask questions of the innate intelligence. You begin to write it. This is where you begin your 10x inner game. You recognize that every challenge and problem is an opportunity, right? Don't ever let a problem go to waste, my dad always said. And you lean into ideation, curiosity, courage, instead of shrinking back into old patterns and getting tight like fists that, you can't open up and let something come in. And over time, if you learn how to do this, which I teach in my book, I mentor, I coach too, you start to live in a different way. You start to crave this experience of downloading this wisdom and acting upon it. You might build some rituals, breathing, journaling, quiet reflection. You don't need them, but they're kind of like permission slips to get there to help you listen. But the more that you act on it, the more you see 10x results, 10x in your thinking, your coaching, your strategic initiatives with your team and how to build your business, in your family. Most importantly, yeah, you start to lead in your life. The harmony of 10x leading and living, it's not about perfection or having every answer be 100%. It's about listening and learning how to tune into your inner knowing, that heart-based intuitive intelligence, and letting it guide you so that it shows up in every part of your life. And so I'm gonna leave you with this. As you prepare to embark on a new leadership journey, if it is 10x leading and living, the teacher will become present when the student's ready. That's just how it is. So if you're ready to begin, let's begin. Follow me on YouTube, listen to my Leadership Wisdom with Fitz channel, visit my website, learn how you can actually work with me privately for 4 hours for only $500 as I deliver this message, because this is something I really want to hit to the masses. And join my free online community at theleadingheart.com. And by all means, if you want to take the deeper dive into the subject, you can get the book 10x Leading, 10x Living in my Heartbeat series, which is at any bookstore, on Amazon. And also check out my new series that I'm starting to write called Healing in Crisis. This is one that is going to change many, many hearts and many outcomes. Thank you for listening in. Until next time.